Hey, you're watching and listening to Mark from Sephton.com. Today I want to talk to you about something a little bit maybe controversial, but I think it's really important, and it's around when to walk away from a client. The lifeblood of any business is its clients and its customers. They must always be the priority and the point of our business to serve them. But there are occasions when me and you need to be ruthless and know when to walk away from a client. And I want to share with you some points that I feel are kind of warning signals as to you really considering whether you want to carry on that relationship with a client, because some people are just out there to take advantage of your time and of your business and the way they conduct themselves. So I'm going to share with you a number of points which I think are really going to be key to helping you see the warning signs of when you need to walk away. The first one is bad attitude. You know, there's nothing worse than working with somebody who has a bad attitude, they're negative or they're rude. You know, and these are the sort of people that you want to not be working with. You know, there's plenty of other people who can work with them, but for you, you need to protect your brand, protect the energy that you put into your business, you know, and don't become so desperate. You know, just because somebody's willing to pay you money for something doesn't mean that you have to then go and take it off them and say, yes, thank you very much, and then be miserable in your relationship with them. So it's time to walk away when your client or customer's got a bad attitude. Next point really is that they don't respect your time and they don't value your time. They turn up late for appointments. You know, they don't respect the time that you put into something to help serve them. You know, these are all warning signs, and I think there needs to be more than necessarily one or two. But I think if you've got a number of these are great times for you to reassess and actually say thank you for the business that we have done, but you know, I need to walk away because this isn't really working. And just be honest. You know, I think it's really honest. Third point really is about delayed payment. You know, when clients kind of do delay tactics and what they owe you, I think that's a poor way to have a relationship, because while you're serving your customer, they're also paying for your time, but then likewise you're also investing your energy, you're putting in your effort, you're releasing your product which you believe is valuable and helpful, and so if it isn't being stewarded correctly, you know, you're better off not being in a relationship with such a person. So delayed payment is just shocking. The next point is a little bit kind of a grey area, but it's around unrealistic expectations. Depending on what your business is, whether it's a service, it's kind of more focused for a service business, because if it's a product, you know, if your product's on a shelf, you know, unrealistic expectations isn't really going to come into view along with some of these other points. But when you're in a service industry, when you're in consultancy, or you know, a service-based industry like training or leadership development or something like that, then this is really important, that people don't have an unrealistic expectation of you, because you have other clients to satisfy, and also you're exchanging your value, not just your time, but the way that you think in proportion to what they're paying you. You know, and unless they've got exclusivity to your time and to the way you think, then they've got to appreciate, you know, that you've got other clients and customers that you need to fulfill. Next point is they take advantage of your value. So it's not just your time in terms of value, but also who you are, the way that you think, and the good that you give. When people don't really appreciate the extra mile you go to, the attention that you give them, the encouragement and the affirmation, when people don't respect the value that you pour into them, this is another time where you really need to think, you know what, I really need to assess this relationship. Last couple of points. The next one is no chemistry. I always say that when clients are going to work with me in terms of a mentoring relationship, there's got to be a chemistry there. There's got to be an understanding. There's got to be a camaraderie, a rapport. Because if people are going to open up to me, you know, they've got to be able to trust me. They've got to like me. They've got to like my personality, the way that I come across. you know, the way that I communicate. And it's the same for you and your clients. You know, if there's no chemistry there, if there's no synergy, no enjoyment, then really what are you doing business with that person for? You know, and so many businesses are desperate, aren't they, for money. You can always tell the businesses that are driven by money because they hide behind policies. You know, they structure all their business around protecting their bottom line, but really when you elude and basically neglect your customer service and you rate your bottom line higher than your customer service, you are really going to struggle as a business. So my last point really is they want you to work for free. There's so many people that kind of try it on. They use the card, oh, I haven't got much money, you know, or I've got very little. You know, they're the people that you don't want to be working with. If you want to do something for free, then you do it, but you be the author and you decide. When people come to you and say, you know, I want to do this for free, you know, that is just a lack of respect for who you are, the way you think, your business. And by all means, do stuff generously, but you decide, not your client or your customer. And they're really my points on when to really walk away from a client. Let me know what you think. Is it kind of a controversial kind of subject? Some of these points are ones that I kind of carry dear to me. But if you have a difference of opinion, yeah, just share. Let me know what you think, and that would be fantastic. You can find out more about me at marksefton.com. I look forward to discussing with you there.